Hello, hello, Juan.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon. How are you doing today?
I am doing well. Thanks for asking.
Okay, it's good to see you again. I remember you from other classes.
Yes, exactly. I admit I'd like to be here.
Okay. Thank you. And how's everything going with your degree?
Well, at the moment, I don't see certain problem that can affect my career. Exactly. I'm well. I accept that.
Okay, okay. In which period are you now? Are you almost finishing or do you still have a path to go through?
I would like to tell you that I am in my fifth semester. Yeah.
In the fifth semester, okay.
Yes, in the fifth semester.
Oh, you are halfway.
Yeah.
Okay, there's too much to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to do. Definitely there are. Okay, welcome, Gracely. Gracely. Gracely.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, sweetie. How are you doing today?
I'm well, thank you. And you?
I'm doing great too. Okay, guys. Mm, well, this is exam preparation. The topic for today is writing. But before we are moving into the things about this class, I have to remind you that this class is being recorded. We attendees in this session, we have to keep the evidence to have an evidence of this class. That's why we are recording. And this is not a real exam. It's just a prep. It's an opportunity to practice, to know some strategies, and to share. Maybe you have a good strategy to share with your peers. But if you have it, only say, I want to share it and go ahead. And the main idea for me is just to have a good time knowing what is the topic about. That's it. So worry not because you're not being assessed. It's just for practice. It's just for having an opportunity to continue learning. And that's it. So for today, we have some steps. The first one is, as always, readings and introductions. Then we have some test strategies, test practice, and answers checking. That's everything we are going to do here today. So moving into the first part, which is greetings and introduction. I'm going to introduce myself because some of you don't know me. I already know Juan Esteban because he's been here some times before, but the other ones I don't know you. So welcome Jefferson. Gresley maybe had technical problems. So as you already know, my name is Lorena Lozano. I'm 31 years old. I hate saying it. And I've lived in Puerto Boyacá, but I was born in La Dorada, Caritas. That's a small city near to Puerto Boyacá. It's about 1 hour driving by car. Um, I'm currently working as a teacher in a private institute here in Puerto Boyacá. So I'm in charge of some group of adults, adolescents and children. That's what I do from Monday to Saturday. And some of the things that I really enjoy doing is sleeping. I'm a little ashamed of saying that, but when you're someone that suffers from insomnia, you have to enjoy sleeping. And in other more active hobbies, I really love doing crochet and also reading books and as everybody else listening to music. What about you guys? So I want to hear first Gresley, then goes Juan, next Maria, and finally Jefferson. Okay, so please, Gresley, go ahead.
Teacher, can I listen for my classmates? Is that I had a problem with my phone and my computer.
Okay, worry about fix it and then do your introduction. Please continue, Juan.
Well, thank you, teacher. First, I would like to say that I am so excited to be here in space. In this case, I knew at first there's called exam preparations, very crucial for our moment to keep in mind, not only in the careers, but in the future, right? With with that that part. Well, okay, with regards to the name, my name is Juan Esteban Porras. I live in Famoso Boyacá. Exactly. I really enjoy to play volleyball and learning other language because I'm so investigator. I like to to go beyond there. Yeah, and and other things I would like to share with you. There is it's a pleasure because um it's a new space. Okay, I told before um to learn more about life and other things may be related our lives. Um, okay, I am 20 years old. I am still young. Um, don't judge me, please.
Oh, okay, that was really hard. I wasn't expecting that from you guys.
You are teenagers. You are teenagers.
Yeah.
Well, as other things, well, before starting with my classmates, I am in the level B1. Actually, I improve every day my English because I understand that in the actuality it's important to keep in mind this language for more opportunities, not for only traveling, but in to get a job, right?
Yes.
And no more. Thanks for listening to me, and that's it.
Thank you. Thank you. Please, I think it's the girl, Maria Teresa. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, classmates and teacher. My name is Maria Teresa Díaz Orozco. I live in Doncello, Caquetá. I'm 18 years old and I'm already in my first semester in program foreign languages. Mm, I like to do exercise, reading books, listening to music, watching movies. Mm, what more I can tell you?
Worry not. Worry not. Mm, Uh, you said you like reading books. Who's your
Yes,
favorite writer?
My favorite is one called Wild. You
No, I
don't know
haven't heard.
about it?
No.
I'm
I
already I'm already reading I don't know how to say it in English, but it's called El Don Quijote de la Mancha.
okay. Don Quixote
I don't
de
know
la
how to
Mancha.
say
It's
it in
from
English.
Cervantes, right?
Yes,
Okay, okay. That's a good one. Okay, Maria Teresa, it was a pleasure
it's
listening to
interesting.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, girl. So it's the time for Jefferson. So Jefferson, please let me know about you. Your microphone is off.
Okay, teacher. Sorry, si estoy comiendo.
Yeah,
Perdón.
I see it. You are
My
teasing.
name is I'm going to introduce myself. My
Right.
name is Jefferson Galano Núñez. I'm 35 years old. I was born in Venezuela. I grew up in Cucuta. In this moment, I live in Spain. I live in Canary Island. Mm, mm, I study licenciatura de lenguas extranjeras con énfasis en inglés. Eh, ¿Cómo se dice soltero?
I'm single.
I'm single. I don't have child or children.
Uh-huh.
I I I'm not married.
Okay.
No
And
more
you,
teacher.
okay, you're living la vida loca, right?
Yes,
without
vive la
worries.
vida.
Okay, okay. Guys, thank you so but I think it's missing Leslie. Leslie, did you fix your microphone?
Yes, hello teacher.
Hello, sweetie.
My
Let
name
us know.
is
Continue.
Gracie Juliana Arciniaga Jacome. I'm studying a degree in foreign languages with emphasis in English. I'm 19 years old. I live in the Tarra Norte de Santander. Mm, I like to read books. I like to dance, to do Pilates. I like to listen music, cook.
Okay, you like a bunch of things. What is your favorite music genre?
Uh,
Compañera, perdón que te interrumpa. What happened about Tara? In this moment have a problem.
yes, but well, where I live, there's nothing like a trouble. Is out there, out here.
Okay.
Like in Tibuco, in Filopingo, in, in Convención maybe, but here no.
Okay, okay. Okay, Leslie, thank you so much.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, guys, we have already completed this step. We are moving into the test strategies. So what I want you is to be really focused on the information I'm going to give you. Maybe you have any other strategy that is good for taking the writing test. You can share it if you want to. It would be a great opportunity for you to share ideas. So the first thing, when we are taking a test, we have like 3 stages, you know? Stage 1 is before the test, then we have during, and finally after, right? So the after is the sad part because it's when we start overthinking what we did during the test, right? This time we are going to talk about the before and during. When we are taking the writing test, we might find different formats. So it's really important that you are familiarized with the format of the test. Isn't the same for IELTS, TOEFL, APTIS, even though all of them are international exams, they kind of have slightly differences, and we have to know how to make a difference and how to explore the exam. So key number 1 is familiarize yourself with the structure so you know what to expect. What's next? You might find that those exams are divided in 2 parts. The first part could be writing an email. So you might find like they are asking you to write an informal or formal email for someone. Obviously, they are going to give you all the steps, all the things that you need to cover in your answer. But you have to bear in mind something really important. Please don't start developing the exam until you are really sure about you are going to write. So the best thing is to organize the ideas before starting writing. So I could describe it in this way. First, I read the format. Then I read the questions. What do I have to do? Then organize my ideas. And next, start writing. So please don't start writing until you have completed all these steps. Then, as I was saying to you, in the second part of the writing exam, you're going to be asked to write an article. So you could find like they are telling you, hey, you have to write an article about your town, your family, your friends, about working out, about music. So the topics can be whatever. And lastly, it's really important to figure out if you have to complete a certain amount of words. In some tests, they tell you, hey, you have to answer the emails, but you have to cover only 100 words. In some cases, there are more words to cover and some other less words. It depends on the task you have to complete there. Now we have the during. So we know that we have to master English levels, right? We start from A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2 if you are an expert. But every time you are leveling up your English, you start making more complex grammar structures, right? But if you feel that your grammar is not flawless, don't overcomplicate it. Just go straight to the activity with the tools you have already mastered. If you consider that your grammar is still from B1, go ahead and make your answers with those structures, but don't overcomplicate it. What they are going to look for in your written part is that you complete all the tasks instead of the grammar level that you are using. So let's imagine this situation. You are answering an email, right? To, from, this is the body and this is the goodbye. And you have to cover all this information, but you were too worried about writing complex sentences that you forgot to put the from. Or maybe you forgot to complete all the things that are inside the body. Those things are going to be highly graded in the exam. So it's better to complete everything instead of making very complex structures in your essay. Next, we have the time. In some cases, you are given 30 minutes for each part. So you will have like 1 hour to answer part 1 and part 2 of the written test. So what is suggestible is for you to take at least 20 minutes to write down your answer and dedicate 10 minutes to make the proofreading. So let's go back to the example. You have completed the 20 minutes. Once you have finished those 20 minutes, make sure you are taking 10 minutes more to check. So you're going to start reading everything, checking that everything is correct, that you have a good orthography, good punctuation, that you are not omitting parts of the task. And finally, I brought you some extra tips. So it doesn't matter if you are talking or writing or reading. You need to be clear, concise. Everything must be linked. So with this, what I want to say, you can start providing information or answering in a disorganized way. Remember that in the test, you are giving some points to cover, some steps. So you have step 1, step 2, and step 3. Try to follow the structure. Make it in order. So you can use linking words that help you to give a real order to your reading part. Another thing that you have to keep in mind is that not all the linking words are for the same thing. I mean, you have linking words to contrast ideas. You have linking words to summarize. Also have it to add information, to add similarities. So you have to be really worried about the kind of linking words you are using in order not to change the meaning of you want to say and you want to answer. And finally, we have vocabulary. This part is crucial because if you don't master a good range of words, you may be repeating them. So every time you repeat the words, you are lowering your score. So if you were supposed to get a band 8 or band 9 in your exam, you're going to get less just because there weren't enough different words in your reading part. A good strategy that I could suggest for you is translating songs. Maybe you like a song from Metallica, for say something, or for Linkin Park. Try to translate that song and extract the words that you don't know. Kind of make a glossary, you know, like a summary of the unknown words. But don't let them don't let them there. Just use that new words in new expressions. So for instance, from the song, I don't know, giving up, I learned that give up means rendirse. I wrote it, I studied it, but I didn't use it. That's not a key. If you are learning a new word, try to use it in new sentences. So you could try like making new sentences like, I should never give up my practice. Or I can provide suggestions to my friends. Hey, my dear friend, what are you doing? And maybe he is feeling sad. Hey, you know, don't give up. Continue working. Don't stop. The key is using all the new words that you are learning every day. That's how you create the acquisition, and that's how you're going to enhance your vocabulary. So now that I have gave you these tips, I would like to know if maybe some of you have another one that can share with us. Nobody? Or maybe you have heard another strategy for, let's say, a YouTube video or something like that. No? Okay. One?
No, in my case, there is no other strategy that I would like to share, but I would like to recognize something:
Okay.
the use of connectors. I guess that is very useful because sometimes you can fall short on words and you say, "What should I do now?" In that moment, you lost the uh, the panorama of that you are writing,
Yes.
and you are trying to continue in the progress, and you see after that you made some mistakes for that part because you didn't know the connectors and you repeat the same connectors and you didn't change the meaning of the phrase and everything that can be important and crucial too. And and that's it.
Okay, that's true. Thank you, Juan. That's true. Definitely, if we don't care about linking words, certainly we are going to make mistakes. A simple word like this can change the meaning of my sentence. It can change the meaning of everything that I have written. So this is really, really important to master, to improve. Well, now that we have covered the second step, we are moving into the test practice. So I have here an example of what does it look like an email for an informal format. So this is an email between friends. It's not your boss. It's not a coworker, is just a friend. So you are free to write like having contractions, having informal expressions, be really close to the person you are writing to. And once you see this, you can see some yellow spots here. These are the things you have to cover in your answer. So let's make a quick reading. Hi, Jack. How are you? Guess what? You know, I love esports. Well, I've got 2 tickets for a esports competition next Saturday. From this part, I have to provide an answer in the email that I'm going to answer. Would you like to go to the event with me? This is the answer that I have to say, but I have to build it up. Not only answer yes, I have to create a whole sentence in which I am agreeing to go to that place with my friend. We can choose which game to watch. I love watching sports games and fantasy games. Which do you prefer? So here again, I have to answer about what my preferences. Finally, we have the event is at the big exhibition or near at the big exhibition hall near the city center. How do you think we should get there? So I have to provide a suggestion. I have to provide a suggestion on how to get in that place. So note that we have 4 clear steps to cover in this email. Saying that that's a great news, answering yes, but a really complete sentence, telling Jack what are our preferences, what would we like to do there, and making a suggestion. But before doing the writing, I want you to check the key language for an informal email. Phrases for beginning an email. Hi, Jack. Hey there. Hey, yo. Really, really informal. This is,
Teacher,
tell me.
WhatsApp también can be also.
Yeah. What's up? There's another one. How you been after? ¿Cómo has estado? How have you been after? It's really, really, really informal. You only say it to people you really know well and really close to you. Then another example for informal phrases for ending the email. Which do you know? What is missing here? Any idea?
See you soon.
Excellent. See you soon. We can change it for see you then. Another example could be till next time. Responding to good news. So I have here, I'm glad that, whatever the good news is great that, those are amazing news. I can't believe it. It's really informal. I can't believe it.
Esa es, no lo puedo creer.
Yeah, no lo puedo creer. Imagine that a friend of you tells to you, guess what? I got 2 tickets to see Shakira. My answer will be, I can't believe it. I want to go there. Go ahead, Gresley. Tell me.
My goodness.
My goodness. Yeah, that's a really good one. My
It's very
goodness.
useful.
Yeah, I would be crazy if someone says, you know, Lore, come with me to see Shakira. I will go nuts. Okay, responding to an invitation. I'm afraid I can come is just in case you're not going. And what else can I write if I'm going? I'm glad to be an option. I'm up. I'm ready. Then make your suggestions. You should buy comfortable clothes. You should buy an umbrella. Maybe it would rain that day. We could buy good food to take some snacks. I
Teacher,
recommend, tell me,
you should es como usted podría.
it should es debería.
Ah, usted debería.
No, worry not. It's, you use it when you have to provide a suggestion. You want someone to do something because you think it's good. For instance, you have a
I
friend,
could, usted podría, ¿no?
ajá, you could or we could, nosotros podríamos hacer tal cosa. We could buy painting clothes. Podríamos comprar ropa que nos haga juego, ¿cierto? Porque vamos para el concierto. I recomiendo eating first or eating after the concert, comer antes de entrar al concierto, ir al baño, all of the things. And providing your opinion, this is a really good one. And when you're writing an informal email, you are allowed to write in the short forms. So worry not, but you have to be really careful. Only if this is informal. In the formal writing, we have to write it in the long forms. I am. He is. This is only for informal cases. Okay? So now that we have checked all the key languages, you have to do the writing. So guys, what do you have to do? You have to answer Ben saying that that's a great idea, that you are going, saying what are your preferences, and making a suggestion. Where are you going to do it? In the chat, but sending in a single bubble, please. A single bubble for your answer. Entonces, ¿qué vamos a hacer? Le vamos a responder a Ben, le vamos a decir que magnífico que se consiguió esos tiquetes, que si vamos a ir con él, le vamos a decir cuáles son nuestras preferencias de acuerdo a lo que él nos está preguntando y vamos a hacer una sugerencia para llegar a ese lugar. Aquí yo les voy a dejar el ejemplo. Here's the example. And you're going to have 15 minutes. 15 minutes starting now. Is there any doubt? Do you want me to explain something else or is it clear for you?
Is it clear?
Perfect. So I'm going to set the timer. 15 minutes. And you can start now, guys.
La Grelly está copiando.
Tell me. Jefferson, write your answers in a single bubble. Escribe tu respuesta en una sola burbuja de chat, por favor.
¿Cómo se hace para pasar el espacio? Cada vez que lo doy espacios, le da a enviar.
Tú oprimes la tecla Shift, es una que tiene una flechita hacia arriba, y al mismo tiempo oprimes Enter y entonces él baja al siguiente renglón sin enviar el mensaje.
Ya, teacher, yo ya copié la mía.
Yes, I'm reading it. Okay. It's a bit short. It's a little bit short. Hi, Jack. That sounds great. That's a good answer. It's perfect. I delighted. I am delighted. Oh my God, my computer is getting crazy. Computer is getting crazy, so. Ah, my God. Right now. To go with you. To go with. I prefer sports game. See you there. Okay, you missed this part, suggesting how to get to the place. Okay, but you did a great job. That's a good try. Oh my God. Okay, let's see if there's more answers. No, okay. So remember that is key is really important to cover all the steps. Cover everything in the email. It doesn't have to be too long. It could be perfectly short, but covering everything that is being asked in the email. Hi Ben, I'm pretty good. Oh my God, bro. That is amazing. I would love to go, my dear friend. Of course, I'm free the next Saturday. What I wouldn't. I prefer watching fantasy games, so we should watch it. Okay. Be careful about singular and plurals. If you are talking about games, so you're talking about a lot of them. So we should watch them. You know, you have to keep the plural. Yeah, you wrote it in that way. I was reading another part, I think so. It's not an option, bro, you know. I already have something in mind. Well, my roommate has a car. I can ask him to take us there. If there's no problem. Si no hay problema. Contact me as soon as you can. Bye. Maria, great job. You did a really, really good job. You have covered.
Thank you, teacher.
Yo volví a reescribir el mío.
Okay, let me check. Okay, we'll buy what? Vamos a comprar
No,
qué?
antes, las boletas, o ella las tiene.
He
Dice que
already
ella las
have it.
tiene.
Yes.
Ella las tiene. Entonces, más bien sería aconsejarle que llegáramos antes.
Ajá, perfect. To be on time. Okay, there's 3 minutes left. Let's see. What's up, Ben? Are you crazy? Yes, I know. And you know I love sports too. Thanks, bro, for thinking of me. Of course I will. Let me schedule for that day. You know, I prefer sports game because it's real people. So I can be more excited. I can be more excited. We should go in your car about 3 hours before the event to avoid unforeseen events. Oi, unforeseen. Okay, see you, bro. Excellent. Great job.
Teacher, pero que te interrumpa, ¿ya me puedo retirar?
We haven't finished. We haven't finished. There is some extra information we have to cover. But if you have to do something, you are free to go out. Hi, Jack. How's everything going? Suddenly, you're working now, right? Well, I have a gossip for you in your fall of the break. Imagine that I was shopping something at the supermarket and I met your ex. She told me many things about you, such as you don't know how I miss him, I miss him. The person laughed instantly. I don't know why after hearing her, she loved me and myself. However, I let it to you. When you're home, things get good. Don't they? Have a great work. Well, this is a good email, but it doesn't cover the information that was being asked in the example. Be careful. Remember that one of the things we saw at the beginning is that you are really sure about your writing on, that you comprehend clearly the task. And here we weren't talking about gossiping about ex-girlfriends, ex-boyfriends, but talking about an e-sport and an invitation we have received from a friend. So be careful with that one, okay? So as you already have sent the answers, I'm going to stop the watch. You got it in the right time. And I want to show you briefly some suggestions for when you are writing an article. So you might be asked to complete these 3 steps. The first one is the introduction. The second one is the main paragraph. In this one, you're going to answer the questions. What questions? The questions that they will give you in order that you are able to construct your article. And finally, the conclusion. This is the best part because here you are free to write down what you think of the topic by heart. If you don't like the topic, if you are not agree with the topic, you have the opportunity to write it down in this part. This is an example of how an article looks like. So we have this first part, which is the introduction. Until here, we have the first paragraph, which is providing the main information, you know, answering some questions. This is the third paragraph. And finally, from here to here, we have the opinion. In this case, this is a favorable opinion. This guy or girl agrees with the topic and is providing also extra information about his own opinion about the places in that city, in that town. This is an example on how an article task looks like. So they say to you, hey, talk about any topic. This time is town, but it could be pets, music, whatever you can imagine. Then in the second paragraph, you have to cover all the questions they are giving to you. And finally, the conclusion. Remember that you have to be clear. You have to make sure that you comprehend what is the task. And then organize your ideas in order to have a good writing. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this practice. I really had a good time with you. I saw really good answers. Leslie, Jefferson, Juan, Maria, all of you did a great job. The only thing that I have to add is that don't stop the good working. Keep studying, keep improving every day. That's the only thing that we have to do. I hope you have a really good weekend. Just give me a moment. I'm going to share with you guys the link to the attendance. So you can fill
What's
it
your
up.
name?
My name is Juliet Lorena Lozano. Juliet Lorena Lozano Kaiser. I write it on the chat. There you are. So please guys, go to the attendance form, fill it up. I hope to see you again in other classes. And thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
teacher.
teacher, for the lesson. I hope see you soon.
Oh, baby, thank you. It was a pleasure for me. I really enjoy being in these spaces with you. And I'm here if you have any doubt. Whatever I can help, I will do it. That's it. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
for your help. I really enjoyed this class. Bye
Thank you
bye.
so much. Bye.